Solving equations involving addition. To solve equations, you need to use inverse operations. When we are adding, the inverse of adding is subtracting. So every time we go to solve an addition equation, you will use subtraction as its inverse. The goal of solving equations is to isolate the variable. We want to get the variable by itself. We want to keep the equation balanced, so I'm going to use this to help me. This line is going to help me stay balanced on both sides of the equal sign. If we are adding 6 to y, the inverse or opposite of adding 6 is to subtract 6. If I do it to one side of the equation to keep it balanced, I need to subtract 6 from the other side of the equation. I now have eliminated or undone, excluded, made 0, the 6 right there. I am left with y in isolation equals, I now need to subtract 9 minus 6, which is 3. So our answer is y equals 3. To check, if we plug in 3 right here, 3 plus 6 equals 9. So we know that we have done it correctly. Let's look at the next one. We want to isolate m. When adding, we can switch the order of adding. So I like to move the m to be first. So we can say m plus 14, which is the same thing as 14 plus m. That will also equal 20. We want to isolate the variable of m by using inverse operations. If we are adding 14, the inverse would be to subtract 14. If I subtract 14 from one side, I need to do the same thing to the other side. I now have eliminated the 14s, and I'm left with m by itself in isolation. 20 minus 14 is 6. So m equals 6. If you plug in 6 right here where m is to check your work, 14 plus 6 equals 20. So that means we have done it correctly.